Good morning, America. Good night, Bangladesh. Welcome to Sahil's live show. Uh, Today we have a very special guest. He's worked in Hollywood for a long time. He's a stunt coordinator slash actor in Hollywood. Worked with the best and the biggest stars, and not only that, he is also renowned for playing Batman in the two series Batman and Batman Returns as a stunt double for Michael Keaton. So let me not waste any more time and introduce you, Dave Lee, to the stream.
Ha, ha, ha. Boom, boom, wham, wham. Batman is in the house.
Hey, Batman. How are you doing, Batman?
Dude, thanks for having me on your show, sir. And I look forward to talking to all your fans worldwide and in Southeast Asia. And big Achaji, mashallah, to Bangladesh.
Thank you. I see you kind of prepare yourself for the show.
Ah,
You're learning some words.
Batman's always prepared. Always prepared.
Yeah, Batman got to go all over the world, to save people and fight crime, not only in Gotham City.
Well, we got to fight crime, but we got to take care of the family. Make sure they're good. The
Yes,
Batman family.
yes, definitely. So, what would you recommend people during this pandemic as Batman? What would you advise the people to do?
That's a great question, Sahil. Great question. Well, I decided that when the lockdown came and all the gyms were shutting, I had to keep the work going. So I thought, let me go back to my old friends training. Rocky. Let's go Rocky style.
Yes.
So I went down to the park. It was closed off. I waited till the cops went away. I jumped into the kids' playground and the hanging monkey bars and the slides and this. And I kept working out in the park at night. And it worked great. So it didn't slow me down. As you can see, Batman's
Yes.
still working. I'm
Fit
kidding.
as usual, Batman.
Well,
So,
the funny thing is, I sent an email to Sly Stallone. I don't know if is there anyone out there know who that is? Anyone know who Rocky is? I'm
I'm
sure you
pretty
guys.
sure people got to know who Sly Stallone is.
Well, the thing is, I sent him an email and I said, Sly, I said, I've gone back to the old school Rocky training. And he was
Oh,
laughing. So the park's road tough. But what I would do, I'd go in there around about, was it March, April? March, I started going there and it was dark. So I waited and kept quiet because if the cops came by, I'd say, hey, what are you doing? So I told
yeah.
Sly, I sneaked in there and did the training the best I could, old school. And it worked great. So now I've ended up putting a gym in my home and I'm training there. No excuses.
No
No,
excuses. If you really want it, you gotta get it.
right. Always be ready when the call comes. If you're not
Definitely.
ready, you're too late to get ready because the moment came and it disappeared. That's something I tell my niece all the time. My niece, she's always getting ready. That's why I can't put her in my movies because she doesn't get ready.
Yes, definitely. You have to be ready when time comes, and you have to be prepared in every situation.
Yeah.
Um, Thank you for once again joining my show, Dave. It's a really humbling and grateful experience to have you on my show. The purpose of me creating this show is to inspire the audience. People don't have a lot of people don't have anything to do during this pandemic. So I thought about creating a platform where I can bring celebrities from both Bangladesh and America to discuss and talk about all walks of life.
Amen to that, sir. Amen to that.
Yes.
And
So you ready to?
hey, say a big shout out to your brother Asif.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
This guy's crazy like with me and my friend Phil Tan is. He likes the action. So we're ready to go to work with your brother very soon. I look forward
Oh,
to it.
yes. I'm really excited to see your work as well.
MR9, right?
Yes,
MR9.
MR9. MR9. The
Absolutely.
most the most awaited film in Bangladesh right now.
Well, I'll tell you what, is when your brother first spoke to me, Asif, and my friend Phil, and they said, Dave, you're going to be doubling this particular actor. I'm not going to say who it is. And I said, okay. And off I had to go. And I've been training since last November and to keep my body weight. And that's the name of the game. It's work. But it pays off when you get out there on the set and they go action and you just go for it. Brilliant.
Yes.
Beautiful. So I'm looking forward to working with your brother very soon.
Yes, I'm really excited, very excited to see your work in MR9 as well.
Yeah.
So, without wasting any more time, we had our introduction, we had our little talk. Are you ready to go into the depth of our conversation?
Let's go. DEFCON 1.
Yes.
Fire.
All right. So, Dave, we all know that you are a stunt double. You're also an actor in Hollywood. But before we talk about your great work in Hollywood, let's talk about your childhood growing up.
Oh, we're going back there. We're going back 20 years now
Yes.
because I'm now 35, 30, 35. So we're not going that far back. I'm kidding. Go on.
Oh man. So Dave, you started your martial arts training in when your teenage years, right? So what inspired you to, you know, to participate in martial arts? Like, what was the thing that really attracted you to it?
Well, a lot of my nieces and nephews and that stuff, they used to bully me. They were all bullies. They used to kick sand in my face, and I says, "No more. I'm going to go learn hi-ya." So I called Mr. Karate Man, Mr. Miyagi. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. All right. So I saw something on TV one night, and I said, "What is that stuff?" And I know it sounds crazy, Sahil, but I got to be honest. I saw the original TV show Kung Fu, David Carradine. And
Okay.
I saw that first, and I went, "What is that guy doing? Jumping around and kicking and punching and I want to try that stuff." And I tell you what, when they say the rest is history, it definitely is, because it seems like it was back in the Charlie Chaplin days, but it wasn't that long ago, but it was. And I started training, and I just kept going and going, and I enjoyed it. Physicality, it was a great discipline to me, but it wasn't something I could do once a week. I kind of ended up doing it every day.
Yes.
And for what it's worth, the arc of me starting and where I am today, if I hadn't done that, I wouldn't be doing this and talking to you today. So the choice I made was, I truly believe it was my destiny to do it, because today I'm still as hungry and as motivated as I was back then. So it was a lot of traveling, a lot of learning, but it was all fun to me. And I like fun. I can definitely do fun. It's not hard work, but the hard work pays off for the results you get.
Yes, absolutely. And you just mentioned traveling as well in there. So you have traveled around the world uh, to train in martial arts specifically. So can you describe us how the training was for this specific sport, and how like brutal was it? Because I heard you got beaten up and stuff like that a lot of times.
Well, listen, it's the beatings I took in the early days pay off today when I'm performing on camera, because some people, they say when you fight, is it real? Is it this? But if you've had a few slaps in the face in your time, then you know how it feels and how it looks. So I established my own company, Real to Real. That means REAL, real to real, REEL, Real
Yes.
to Real. So
Yeah.
I'm not acting it. I'm really believing I did get punched in the face. I did get hit by a car. I did get set on fire. I did get blown up. Well, I didn't get them things done to me, but pain is pain, and I embraced it. So that
Yeah.
kind of prepared me for the performing or the acting of doing a fight. But when I do a fight, to be honest, I like it to be as real as possible. You know, if you're going to give me a whack in the body, give me a good one. You know, give me a
Yeah.
respectful beating, and then I can react. And you'll see that in the movie We Get Caught with Stallone. You know, it
Yeah.
was a beating. It was a beating. I mean, there was no mercy. So for a few days after, you're a bit banged up and bruised up, but the bruises go, but the fight is there, and that's what's important to me.
Absolutely. And when you travel around the world, obviously you went to a lot of places, learn from the best of martial artists, coaches. So, what did your parents have and say? Like, did they fully support you going into martial arts? Like,
Mm. Well, uh, they didn't really have much choice, to be honest, because Dave Lee gets his teeth into something and he wants to do something. Dave Lee's going to go and do it, and it doesn't matter. Now, why are you traveling around the world when there's a karate school down there, there's a kung fu school down there, there's one. But here's the thing: is you can go to the 7-Eleven convenience store and get what's there. But if you want to get the authenticity, the real stuff, you got to go to where it was originated.
yes,
So my teacher, Joseph Chang, he told me go to Malaysia and learn the Shaolin, the 5 animals. So I packed the bag and went off to Malaysia. Then I came back from there. Then I bumped into the great legend Dan Inosanto in London in the early 80s. And he invited me to his school. Now, who's going to say no to that? So me
yeah,
and I with Dan. Dan asked me to come to LA. So I flew to LA and trained with him and learned, you know. You can get Bruce Lee. I can't get to Bruce Lee, but I got the next best thing was Daniel Sandler, which was his protege, his number one
Yes.
student. So I came over here, and still to this day, I still meet with Dan and talk with him. But each teacher I've learned from has taught me something that fulfills my passion of what I do now, the movie work and the choreography and the coordinating and the training. So all that paid off pretty good. So some guy wants to go down to the local karate school. God bless you. I'm going to get on the plane and fly out there and get the best I can from the best. So my teacher in Malaysia, Leong Sui Lun, he was my teacher there. He taught me a lot. Joseph Chang, my other teacher, and Daniel Santo. And there was another teacher who I'd also learned. He's passed away now. So, but convenience doesn't always pay off.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to go the extra step, the extra yard, the extra mile to get the real stuff. And although I was still very immature, I knew go there and get the real stuff or go here and get the knockoff stuff. I don't mean it in a bad way, but I wanted to go to where it originated, and that's what I did.
Yes, absolutely. Like wherever, wherever one thing originates from, that's the roots of it.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where you can learn the best. And I definitely agree with you. And like my parents have always said, and I've always believed, if you really want something, you got to go earn it. Don't be a dreamer, be a doer. So you set yourself a goal that you want to be a martial artist and you want to learn from the best in order to become one. You went, traveled, learned from the best, and now you are here sitting in front of me, accomplished so many things in your wonderful career and life.
Right. Well, there's an image I remember seeing. This girl, she's in a workout gear. The picture, she's sitting with her back, and it says the caption says, "If you want your dreams, get off your ass and go and chase them."
Yes.
They're not going to come to you.
Exactly.
You have to make sacrifices, Sahil.
Exactly.
You got to make Hey, listen, Bangladesh and all them other people out there. We don't always have the great opportunity and chances, but there's something you can do. As a former Marine, not former, a Marine once told me, improvise and overcome. Whatever you got to do to get what you want, you alone can make it happen. And
Definitely.
sometimes circumstances, where you're at doesn't give you that, but you'll figure out to get the best of the best.
Yes, absolutely. Hard work, dedication will always pay off with a reward. Maybe not the reward you want, but the reward you will get in a different way, for sure.
I was fortunate to be ready when the call came. I know you're going to get to that question. Everyone
Yeah,
does.
yeah. So, talking about Dave. So when you first went into martial artists, were you really interested in films? Were you like, did you love watching films back then, action films, which kind of motivated you to go into that line of Hollywood or in films, pretty much?
Well, the irony is you're young, you're growing up, you're watching the TV and the movies from America. You're watching this action and you're seeing it, but to be honest, it didn't click. I watched it and I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
In my martial art time teaching schools and students, stuff like that, I love performing demonstrations and get up in the ring and perform and do fight sequences and do this and do TV shows. So I've done all that, but I still didn't get the click that, hang on, there's something here. I didn't get it. It took me to audition for a movie for a producer to come and say to me and my friend Phil, "Hey guys, I'm doing this movie in Hollywood. I want you to come and work there." It says Sylvester Stallone. What? Okay. And so you're doing all this physical stuff, fighting, jumping around, getting busted up, but you're not thinking, hang on, I can make a living out of this. This is so I didn't go to stunt school to train. I think my upbringing trained me. And for what it's worth, at 14 years old, my uncle, I used to take the keys, get in his car, and drive around the streets and practice my driving. He never knew that till 25 years later. So the stunt training was part of my evolvement of who I am today. And a lot of guys in the business, they go to stunt school, driving, bikes, horses, falling. I guess I just did it, when I did Batman, they had me going all over the place, but I didn't train for that. But I was ready
yeah.
for it.
Yes, absolutely. So looks like Dave, while we were talking, we also received two comments. So let me read you out the comments and show you the comments as well.
Sure.
Mitu Khan, he's from Bangladesh, so we got a couple of Bangladeshi audience watching with us. He said, "Hello, Dave, original Batman. Good to see you from Bangladesh."
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Bangladesh will see me one day. If
Yes,
MR9 does what it's supposed to, we'll be in Bangladesh one day.
definitely, I agree. And another audience member, DM Rafiun, another Bangladeshi, I believe, commented, "Hello, hello." Probably spelled it wrong. Drave, big
No
fan of
matter.
yours.
So I'll forgive you. Bam, bam, bam.
Yes.
There you go.
With that enthusiasm, we will go into the next topic as well, talking about your career. And talking about your career, we're going to first jump into Batman because you are known for Batman. You were the stunt double for Batman. All Michael Keaton was the actor, but you were the one that performed all the action sequences, which a lot of people really don't understand. But
Hang on a sec. Hang on.
yes,
Michael Keaton did all the stunts, all the fights. He did everything. All I did was stand and watch. Shh. He might be watching, and I'm out of a
oh.
job.
Oh yes, he might be watching. You know, you never know. Like it's
Might be in
crazy.
Bangladesh. He might be in Bangladesh right now, right?
Probably so. Probably so. Roaming the cities of Dhaka at
Yeah,
night.
he might be watching. So Michael did everything.
Yes, yes.
Go
So we
ahead.
gotta be careful about that. But you originally were in the suit, and like, what was it about Batman that really attracted you to do that film? Like, it is. I know it's a superhero film. It was, the first Batman original films under a big production company like a Warner Brothers. So,
Right.
what really attracted you to work in that film? Was it the cast? Was it the storyline? Like, what was? What
Sahil,
was
let me help you out here.
yes,
Didn't know nothing about Batman. When the
really?
Batman didn't know, I was on the Batman movie playing a biker. When you see the car, right, and they say shield, and Michael Keaton says shield, I
Yeah,
was I was playing a biker at the time. Just in case the audience don't know, there's a lot of hair behind here, guys, but I've tied it back. So there's a lot of hair. So once they put me in a Harley and a bike, and I was playing it. But something I just used to do was at nighttime I'd work out and practice. A good friend of mine, Phil Tan, he was playing a gun. So he told
yeah,
them, look, there's this guy, he's a real fighter. And I got the call. So I came down, I met with a director and the second director, Peter McDonald, and they said, okay, show me a kick, show me a punch, show me this. And I did what they told me to do. Then they told me to get in a costume. I got in a costume and I'm standing there as Batman. I don't know what's going on. We all watched Batman as kids, all of us, the TV show.
absolutely.
But now who's this? What is this? So now I'm in the costume. They said, all right, kick here, punch there, do this, do that. And I did it. And then they signed me up and I had no clue. So my friends and my students and people like that, when I said I'm playing Batman, they say, hang on, Dave, you're wearing tights and climbing up a wall? I says, not exactly. So they weren't too impressed because they thought it was a TV Batman. They didn't know it was a full on feature. And
Yeah,
once I got in the costume and I started doing you'll know the Batman fans will know the alley fight with the swords. Once I did that fight and we choreographed it, they edited it, and sent it to Warner Brothers. And they said, sign that guy up. They signed me up, and that was the first Batman. So what I did there, when the second one came around, Michael requested me to double him again, and that's how it all happened. So I had no idea who the cast. I knew Jack Nicholson, I knew this, but I had no idea what was going on. Now, one minute you're playing a bike, and next minute you got your trailer, you got wardrobe, you got hair people, makeup, you got this whole crew around you. And then one day I'm walking down the studio, and Jack Nicholson walks past me and says, "Hey, I like you fighting. Good for you." And it was just, well, yeah, okay, thanks, Michael Keaton. Hey, Dave, carry on. You're doing a great job. And he's reading the Wall Street Times. So what can I tell you? There was something that I was doing, but to the Bangladesh people and the fans, be ready. Trust me. Be ready. Don't get ready. The call comes. Yeah, Dave, I got a job for you. What is it? Oh, when? Tomorrow. Are you ready?
yep. Are you ready?
That,
Yes,
that's on
absolutely.
that's on each person. Don't wait for nobody. Don't look for assistance. Oh, me and my friend are going to the gym. What if your friend lets you down? Are you still going to? No, we'll go tomorrow. Tomorrow doesn't happen. That's
Yep.
the reality of it.
You gotta think about today. Don't think about tomorrow.
Right.
So you've choreographed a lot of the fight scenes in Batman. You've also fought in the suit. So let's watch some of the clips that I have for the audience to show.
Go.
Who is this guy?
I don't know.
Okay, so that I really particularly love that scene because it looked like the Dave Lee type of fight choreography because it's like that martial arts when he starts like swiping out
Yeah.
that sword at you and the Batman just like defending like that. So that was really cool. I love that sequence right there.
Yeah. That I think that's the sequence that he established because a lot of the I got a official Batman page on Facebook,
Yes.
Dave Lee official, and on there a lot of the fans always tell me said the alley fight was one of the best. They loved that one.
Oh yeah, I loved it. And the person that was like hitting you with the sword and everything, that guy was pretty intense. That guy.
Well, here's the story. See the left arm? One
Yes.
of the swords on the left arm block? Because the swords weren't props. They were not sharp, but they were performance swords. They were real metal. And one hit, it went through my arm. It went through the back protection, and it went ding, and you heard the bone go ding, and I've still got a very faint little scar from that. So that's one of my war wounds from Batman.
Yeah, but that scene actually did pay off because I love that. That action sequence was pretty intense and it was pretty clean.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Not
And
only
even-
that, I have another Batman scene I really loved watching the fight scene. So let's show that one as well.
All right.
Okay, so that
All
was
right.
an interesting fight sequence too. Like you brought out the sword in while you were like beating. I was like, oh man, that was.
So here's the thing about this one, Batman Returns. So Tim Burton asked me, Dave, can we get Michael to do a bit more the action on this one? I said, absolutely. So Michael had a great involvement in this. The white stuff is Dave, but when you get in tight, Michael was doing a fantastic job. And he's such a great guy to work with. And you give him the moves that he can do, and that some of the tight shots he was in there. But if you notice in the big clown fight, all the clowns, the message was, I've got 8 clowns, I got a bunch of cameras, 35 moves choreographed. So I told the stunt guys, I said, guys, here's what's going to happen. When they say action, go for it. I said, now, I may forget a move. It don't matter. Wherever I am, go for me. If you're not where you should be, I'm going to go for you. And at the end of it all, we'll all give big hugs. So as we're going through the fight, the guy that's got the big harpoon and he smashes a guy, I forgot that was coming. And I just ducked underneath. As you can see, I came up and there's a guy standing in front of me. So I grabbed him and headbutted him. It wasn't part of the routine. So I headbutted him. The next day, Tim Burton's walking through the lot, and he's just been to see, the dailies. And I hey, Tim, how's it going? He said, good. So, Dave, yeah, did you really headbutt that guy? I said, Tim, would I do that? And he went, and he walked away. But the idea was that fight was so big and great that few of us got hit in there. But you keep going, and afterwards, because you got a great fight, you'll get the hug. The respect is there. But it was a big fight, and it was a great one. I enjoyed it a lot.
Yes, that involved a lot of action in there. Like a lot of people were in there involved, and obviously, like you said, there was like 35 fight choreographies. Like you had choreographed, like
Yeah,
you were gonna perform. So it was like obviously you could probably miss a
sure you
stunt
will.
here and there. So it's all about improvisation. So
Well, 90% of the fight was right, but there's a few times we were off. And I said, even I forgot, oh my God, the guy's going to smash me in the back of the head. And it wasn't a prop. It was, and I just got under. But when I came up, somebody was standing there, a clown, and I just headbutted him. Well, what's my move? Cut, let's go. No, you just keep going. Keep going.
yes.
Listen, a fireman goes to put out a fire. He's going to get burned. That's his job. A stuntman goes to fight. He's going to get hit. That's your job.
Yep.
Not in a reckless way, but it's what we call get on with it.
Yeah.
Keep fighting. That's what you're getting paid for.
Definitely. And yeah, so talking about those fight sequences we both like just showed to the audience, I want to talk more deep into it. So Batman, you obviously know, but Batman is a unique superhero because every superhero we see today from DC or Marvel, they all have superpower abilities.
Right.
Whereas Batman, he has that athletic ability. He doesn't have any powers. It's all based on his athletic ability. So based on that, how did you come up with the fight sequences? Like was it very easy for you to choreograph it? Okay, I'm gonna make it like a martial arts because he doesn't have it.
Let me let me explain that to you. So the whole thing was when I did the first Batman, I'm a trained fighter, right? So I'm here. Shoulders up, chin down, hands up. And when I started doing the moves, the second year director, Peter McDonald, who is a legend in the business. I mean, this guy's resume is off the charts. He was making movies while I was still breastfeeding. You know what I mean? That's how good the guy is. And so he would say, Dave, yeah, shoulders down, shoulders back, arms down, chest out, mouth up, pout your lips. What is that? And I had to retrain my whole body for the Batman character. So you see, the difference is when you see Batman, he's not like, Bruce Lee, Kung Fu. We had to create the Batman character, the fighting, the movement, the turn, the body. The costume in the first one wasn't too complimentary, to be honest. It was I couldn't go anywhere, right? So the bell tower where the guy's swinging the big lump thing at my head and I'm ducking I didn't know it was real. But you see, the mask is here. If I turn my head, the mask stayed here, so I couldn't see nothing on the left or right. It just stayed here. Later on in the other movies, it became more fluid. So I had to retrain my whole body to fight the Batman style. Because the Batman fans are unbelievable. They know everything. I didn't grow up reading Batman comics. I watched the TV show. That was fun, but my mind wasn't, in that technical area. You just enjoy it. So the second director, he kept screaming, pal, do this, do that, do this, walk, stand, strong. And he was phenomenal because he helped me to create the character. The time I got to Batman Returns, I then knew the character. So the choreography was not flashy, not spinny and Hong Kong Fu-y. It just had to be Batman is always on the move. He doesn't stop for a conversation. It's on the move. One hit here, bam here, punch there, kick there. So that was really the choreography of the character. And the choreography wasn't like a martial art. It was, but it wasn't. It was more just one hit. See, the guys wanted to come back and do this kick and that kick. And I said, guys, Batman hits you, you go down. You stay down. You don't get up. So I understood the human physicality of the Batman, where the other superheroes have all got, they're flying and jumping around. Batman was just what he was, and that was more physically challenging because I was trained, my body was trained to do that kind of stuff. So it really paid off. And I guess I did something right because the fans all approved it. And it's not the studio, it's the fans.
Yeah.
The Batman fans in Bangladesh, they know what's up with Batman.
Yeah.
Achaji, mashallah. Right.
Yes, absolutely. I was a Batman fan growing up as well. Like honestly, if I speak DC, I love Batman, Superman, and Joker. Those are my three favorite characters, and two of them are from Batman. So I love Batman a lot. And I have an interesting question from myself, um, as a Batman fan. So you talked about how tough it was fighting in that suit. So do you sometimes wear that suit? Like, do you have the Batman suit with you?
Well, I'll tell you what I have, and you won't probably see it. Right. You see this?
Yeah, the
This
light.
is this is the Batman logo. And my niece Fiona gave me this, and she said, Uncle Dave, if ever you're coming, just put it up in the sky, and I'll know you're coming. And this is what she gave me. So we're just gonna put the sign up and see if we can find. What did you ask me about the costume, Sahil?
Yeah, like do you have the costume like wherever you wear it? Oh wow, the actual
Yep.
headgear.
This is my guys exclusive for Sahil only. Exclusive.
Ah,
Nobody
thank
gets to
you
see
so much.
this. So there you go. There's my back cowl.
Wow, that's so cool.
That's my back cowl. Yep.
That is so cool.
There you go.
Wow, that's amazing. Like,
All right.
thank you. You said only exclusive for Sahil's live show.
Well,
So
well, Sahil, sometime you have certain people around you who think that, there's Batman's still alive. Look what I got here. Look. Beep, 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 beep.
baby, Batman duck.
I get given all kinds of crazy stuff, and you just have to keep it because, look. So if I get lonely in the bath, I take Batman with Bat Duck, whatever it's called.
Yes. So Batman is obviously, we all love Batman. We're all huge fans of Batman. And like it's just amazing. Like I love all the Batmans. I watched it, Batman Returns, of course. I watched The Dark Knights. I watched every kind of Batman, the
Right.
cartoon, etc. But the original two Batman, like the Batman and Batman Returns, there was something special about that. Like that, I feel
Well,
like nothing will be good as those.
it was the Michael Keaton Batman. That's what the fans loved. That's what
Yes.
they're talking about. And so when I got with Michael, listen, there's more going to be coming down the road, but I am completely sealed to say anything about it. But
Yes.
when the lady is still singing, you know that saying? The lady she's still singing. As long as the lady's still
Yeah.
singing, it's good. Michael, that's all I'm saying. Leave it at that.
Okay. We also got a small tribute. We've also got like behind the scene photos and reels of yours, your moments in Batman. So
Right.
let's show that to the audience as well. All right. So
Right.
that was a
So how did
huh?
did the people in Bangladesh? Are your people in Bangladesh enjoying
Yes.
this? I
They
hope they
probably
are.
are, but they're not commenting anything. That's so weird. What I would tell my audience, please, to do is engage in our conversation. This is not only an interview. If you have any questions, any comments for the Batman, please leave them in the comment section, and we will definitely answer them, and we will definitely get y'all involved as well.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So, uh, we obviously love your Batman work, and we've seen a lot of your moments there. But let's move on with a lot of your other work in Hollywood as well. You have worked with the biggest of the biggest stars, like Sylvester Stallone, who is personally my favorite, and Tom Cruise, Will Smith, and many more. So I want to talk specifically about Sylvester Stallone real quick because I'm a huge fan of his. So how was it really working with him? Like was he a really easy guy to train and work with on the sets?
Listen, when you go and sit in the movie theater in the mid 70s and you're watching this Rocky, this character Rocky, and you're sitting there watching it, and you see the training, the fighting, the training, and you sit there, you're on your own, and you just say, "I'm going to work with that guy one day." You don't say, "Oh, I'd love to meet him. I wish this. I wish that. Wish this." Well, there's no freaking leprechauns around, so good luck with your wishing. I said, "I'm going to work with that guy one day." What happened? When the call came, I was ready.
Yep.
If you get my mean. Here's something I just want to go back to the early days of training, which is quite funny. It kind of puts something in context. When I first started learning the martial arts, 17, 18, 19, like that, I would go to the class, I'd learn the moves, and I was so excited to be learning this. So it's like when you go to meet someone you idolize, if you stood in front of Rocky right now, you'd probably like freak out, right?
Yeah.
Right. So I had to find out if this stuff that I was learning worked. So I'd go around to my sister's house and I'd say, "Stand still." She said, "What?" And she's older than me. Sandra, right? She's older. And I said, "Stand still. What are you going to do? Just stand still. Don't move." And I just start throwing punches and kicks at her. I wasn't skilled. And I've had enough of that. Excuse me, I'm busy. Right. So I tried to use her as a punch bag, and I never could get her to stand still to practice her moves. And so I take that as saying, when you hit a bag, it doesn't hit back. But when it came to working with someone like Sylvester Stallone, guess what? He hits back.
Yeah.
I hate to think if my sister had hit me back then, because I was kind of just developing, and she was kind of, she was a bully. She used to bully me all the time, but she can't bully me now because I'm Batman.
Yeah.
Hey, Bangladesh, don't let them bully you. Look at your
Yes,
car, freak
absolutely.
out, fight back. So working with Sly was, I had to put my crazy down and be professional.
Yes.
So once I met with Sly, showed him what I did. This guy was so awesome in my career, helping me and recommended me. Loved the work I did. I mean, I must have done something right because after Tango and Cash, he called me back to do Demolition Man with him.
Yes.
And then from Demolition Man, we did played a ring man in Rocky 3, and then in Get Carter, he gave me a good beating. So I must have done. It's funny, people, if they give you a good beating, they must like you.
Yeah.
Sounds kind of weird, doesn't it? I
Yeah.
really like that guy. Bam, 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 bam. I like him. So that really listen, how many people have worked with Sylvester Stallone in his career, fights, action, choreography? And one of these guys told me, he said, "Dave, like Sly likes you." He said, "You don't come to him with any BS, you keep it real. And you just say, this is how we do it, and I'm going to make you look better than that." So you earn the respect and trust of these actors with your own ability, who you are, and don't go up to them and think you're the big shot and you're the tough guy. A little bit of humble pie is good now and then. And so it worked. But it took me all them years from sitting in that movie theater finally to stand in front of him and say, "So did I go after my dream? Yes, I did. Did I sit there and wait for it to come to me? No, I didn't. I went after it."
Yes.
And that's
Absolutely.
all I can say. And I know before we finish, I will talk to you. I'll talk to your fans. Whatever I can do to help to Get them off their backsides and go out there and do something. Doesn't matter your environment, where you are, there's something you can do.
Absolutely. And talking about Stallone again, let's show the audience members. I have a couple of clips, more clips of you, your work with Sylvester Stallone, and many other work I've mentioned with Will Smith and Tom Cruise and etc. So let's show that to the audience.
Go for it.
Carter? That's right.
And you really don't want to know me.
Hey, you got some ID, pal? Circus in town or what?
Okay, cut. Out of time.
Hey,
Ooh. Okay, so you were talking about the Get Carter one. That one was shown. That was pretty brutal. That was
No.
pretty.
that was a beating.
That was a beating. I was like, whoa.
So here's a special for the fans of Bangladesh. I want everybody watching to close their eyes, including you. Everybody, close their eyes and listen.
You know, when Dave was coming on to Get Carter, I raced to fight the guy, you know, but when I see him in the Rocky movie, Adrian don't want him to fight with me, you know what I'm saying? So I call Mickey, yo, Mickey, you know, this guy, Dave Lee, he can really fight this guy, you know, it's not so bad, huh? He could be a contender.
Open your eyes, guys. Introducing Sylvester Stallone, Rocky Balboa.
Wait. Oh my gosh. You sounded just like Rocky. You sounded just like Rocky there. Oh my god. I thought he was literally gonna come. Oh my gosh. That's what happens when you work with Sylvester Stallone himself for a long time. Oh my gosh. I thought he was actually gonna come. Literally. Oh my
Hey,
god. He nailed it.
wait a minute. Let me. Hey, Sly, got a minute? Nah, he's having a cup of coffee right now. You know, not for nothing. The guy, you know, he's training with Mickey there. Eh? Hey, Sly, you want a cup of coffee or what? Huh?
Oh man, you almost have my heart racing 120 miles per hour. Oh my gosh.
You like that one? Huh?
But
That's pretty
also,
good.
yeah, I mean you nailed the impersonation of Sylvester Stallone right there. So talking about your action reel in general, one of the other parts I really started laughing is Will Smith, that action sequence you had with Will Smith. Will Smith is one of those charismatic guys who like he's gonna let it like he's very entertaining. Like one of the top, like when he hit him once, like I think with the sword and stuff, he's like, damn. Like he said it
Damn.
out. Like it didn't we didn't hear what he said, but you can obviously see by his lips he said damn. Like so
Yeah.
that fight sequence was pretty intense as well.
That was 3 weeks of rehearsal. So that
3
was
weeks.
yeah. That we rehearsed that fight for 3 weeks in
Woo!
the
that one scene.
Yeah, yeah, that was my friend Phil Tan. You know Phil, right?
Yes,
He was
yes.
my brother. Yeah, we all did that fight, and it was 3 weeks, and it was just a great. But see, the thing is, the swords that I had, no hands,
Yeah.
and me and Will, when we're doing this fight, my first strike is to go for his face straight, and he wasn't moving out the way quick enough. And Phil come and said to me, he says, Dave, just go for him. I said, Phil, he's standing right there. So what I did with Phil, me and Will, we started trash talking each other in character. We started calling each other certain terms, certain racial terms, and all kinds of stuff. And we're busting each other's chops back and forward. And then when it said action, we just went for it. I mean, we just went all out. And no more Mr. Knife Guy. Boom. And then out I went.
Yeah,
So-
that was that y'all made it really look really natural. I love that sequence there. And I have a couple of pictures with you, Will Smith, and then obviously Sly and Tom Cruise on the show as well. This is the one with Will Smith and you. And this is a group photo with
Well, you got Jackie Chan, you got Stallone, and you got me in the double mark. So there's Jackie Chan.
Yes.
That was on Demolition Man. Jackie Chan came by to visit.
Yes.
So and they showed great respect for each other. So that's a rare picture I got, and I got Jackie to sign it as well for me. So it was all good.
And we also got this picture with Tom Cruise.
And Tom Cruise and Ben Stiller.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you worked with a lot of celebrities in Hollywood, which we all know, and especially in Bangladesh. Sylvester Stallone, Will Smith, and Tom Cruise. These three people they're crazy about. So,
well, don't forget your boy Ben Affleck in Daredevil and Colin Farrell.
yes,
right?
Ben Affleck and Colin Farrell.
That was
Daredevil, yep.
Ben Affleck, 6'4".
Yeah.
The director said, Dave, can you get me to do them high kicks that you do? Yeah, sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, yeah. you do the best you can. Ben, stretch more. Ben, stretch more. And he called me a few choice names, trust me, when I was stretching him.
Yeah.
Because I love stretching. But anyway, there you go.
So, we got to know your great experiences working with these big stars, your experience working in Batman and stuff like that. But now you are also having your own stunt classes as well.
Right.
Training students, people that are aspiring to become martial artists. So have you discovered any raw talent in your academy or your classes?
Good question, Sahil. So when I'm not filming, I travel around the world and do stunt seminars, and that's where I go to different countries, martial art people, dancers, whatever physicality they got, circus people, security guards, bouncers, you name it, hip hoppers, all types of people. They come, and it's great because I get to see this great talent in front of me, and they don't understand. They may not know choreography. They don't have to perform on camera. But some of my one seminar I did in the UK a few years ago, some of the talent that was there, some of the people that I noticed, there was Peekaboo, there was Little Warrior, there was Angel, there was Fiona, Thomas, Rebecca, Samuel, all these people that I got to know personally. They're amazing talent and their ability. And I think there was another one called Scarlett. But these people, when I see them and I look for something in them, that they can have that. Now, take an example, this one little student I had, Peekaboo. She's phenomenal. I mean, she imitates everything you do. And then The other one was Little Warrior. This is a young boy, and man, he's fearless. When you see this fearlessness in there, going to try anything, it's amazing. So back here in America, I have a stunt class I teach on Saturday, and it's like this, Sahil. And I'm going to talk to the audience. Do you mind if I talk to the audience right now?
Yeah, sure, no problem. Anytime.
So, look, for me, I can see 50 people standing in front of me at a seminar. And as they're warming up, I go through them and I look at them with a toothpick. And every now and then, you'll find a raw diamond. You know, if you want the best diamond, don't go to the shop, go to the mountains and dig and dig and dig. And you'll find that raw gem and you'll polish it up, you reshape it. So every now and then, I come across one or two people. So I was spotted. My point is, someone noticed something in me. So I know that, so I see it. So there's this one young lady, Jazz Perez, and I looked at her, and she had a little bit of flexibility, but she was competitive, athletic, didn't know how to say no. You know, when someone says, "Oh, I'm not sure if I can do that," or the hesitance, when they're hesitant to do something, and this lady, she surpassed many people, and her phenomenal fighting. She's already got 2 roles in the next movies I'm doing. It's not impossible, but how can I put it? If you can see it, and you can be it, and if you can be it, you can live it. And it's not too hard to figure out that it's not a sport, it's not a hobby, it's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
You see? So there was one sequence I did with this little kid, Little Warrior, and I showed him some kicks and said, just go for it. And boom, bam, bam, and I videoed it. And it was amazing. And then the little peekaboo, she tried to copy it, and both of them were doing this little fight sequence. They're still too young to move up. Well, you see that there, what does their future project? So going back to my stunt class here in LA, the people that come to my class, when I looked at this girl and I said, okay, let me test her out, but don't let her know. And I'd throw stuff at her. Just try it out. And they just do it. Put that into when I did the first Batman, and the director says, Dave, do this, do that, do this, do that. You know, getting smashed into the bell, going upside down, picking the legs, just do it. That means your body, your mind, spirit, and soul is trained to perform. So when I'm doing my classes and I want to find people, they will stand out. But one person's always watching, whoever you are. And if you're going to perform, give the best you can get. Don't go half-assed. Don't trip up. Don't fall. Don't let fear. On that routine you do. And that's what I would say. When people send me a choreographed routine because they want to get into the business, I'm going to critique it. Either be the best you can or don't go at all. There's no halfway. So I always look for that discipline, the focus, who's listening and who's hearing. Hearing is one thing, listening is another thing. So for me, I always look for that person who just wants to push themselves further and further, and they don't know how to say no. And that gives me something that I can say, okay, a great dance. Look, Bollywood movies dance.
Yeah.
Now, I think there was a great lady choreographer just passed away recently in India. Was
Saroj Khan.
Yeah, I watched a little documentary on her, and I understood because everyone said she's the one that makes the move, the routine, the choreography.
Yeah.
And you know, a lot of people comment about her dance, and sometimes when this lady come in and choreograph these dance routines, I've watched them and they blow me away. I love them. But you always look for that. If you give her the best dancers, she'll choreograph a great routine. If you give her dancers that are not that great, she's got to do the best she can.
Absolutely.
So for me, I want the best of the best, so I can give them something original, not copycat or knockoff.
Yeah.
And that's where I know a person, a dancer, has got the balance, fluidity, flexibility, agility, style, composure, face, everything. This particular lady I'm talking about, oh, she caught me off guard because I threw stuff at her that nobody does, and she gave it a shot. And that's what impresses me a lot with people. And that's the passion of the work. So if someone says, Dave, I do 100 sit-ups, what are you telling me? Are you saying your stomach's strong? Yeah. Okay, take my punch. Oh, no. Then don't come and tell me you do 100 sit-ups. Come and tell me you do 1,000 sit-ups, for a couple of years, and then we can talk about it.
Yeah.
If you understand, don't go half measure. Don't go 99%. Go over and above, so that you own that routine, you own that move. And what you just said earlier on, it has to look like real. It can't look fake.
Absolutely.
If you're going to kick me, give me a kick I can respect. If you're going to punch me with respect. Give me something I can taste. And that's what makes me a little bit crazy, because you're going to go and fight in the street and get nothing, get arrested. So why not fight in the camera, get paid, and take a few hits, but train your body to do it?
Exactly. Absolutely. And that's what you're talking about. You know, you've mentioned a couple of times while you're speaking, gotta be ready. You gotta be ready when your number is called. So that's what it brings to every single thing. You never know who's watching. Just give your 110% every time. So Mr. Lee, we are at the end of our show, Dave. So would you like to you just gave a great advice. You talked about the raw talent you found in the girl in your academy. So would you want to give any other advice, or like would you like to have any last words to the audience that are
Yes.
watching in Bangladesh?
Yes, I would. So here's what's going to happen. To all the audience out there,
Yeah.
whoever's listening, whoever's watching, you can have ability or you can have no ability. But whatever you got, you make it the best you got. So Sahil is going to give my email out there. I want anyone at all who can give me at least 15 to 20-second video of their fighting, whatever they do, physical. Imagination is a beautiful thing. And I want them to put a little routine together. It can be solo, or it can be a little routine with someone they work with. Male or female, does not matter. And they're going to email me their little fight routine. I'll give you 2 weeks to do it. And I'm going to choose the best 3. And those who I like, I'm going to give them, send to them personally, signed photos and a limited edition of these that were limited edition was done for the anniversary of Batman Returns just recently.
Wow.
So I have these, and if you look on them, what it says here, hang on, let me figure it out. I'm Batman.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends. Now this one here, let's have a look. There's another one. Hang on a sec, guys. Hang on.
All right.
Now this one here is one of my favorites. You see this one here?
Batman, thank God you're here.
Now this was the creation of one of them students of mine, Little Warrior, and he made that one. He gave me that one. So we've got that to give out, plus signed photos to whoever sends me, and I'm going to choose the best little routine I like. And trust me, guys, you're going to be nervous. It's going to be 20 takes. It's going to be, doesn't matter. We all have to start off somewhere.
Absolutely.
Just keep in mind, guys, there was a time when I couldn't kick and punch. And I trained myself and I learned. So doesn't matter how you feel about it. Send me that little link, email to me with your information. Sahil can follow up on all this. And I'm going to send a VIP package wherever you are from the real Batman.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Audience members, you have heard Mr. Lee just spoke about the prizes you can earn. Just send a 10 to 15-second video to me. I have my email on the banner right here on our live show. So just send me a 15, 20-second video, and I'll definitely forward it to Dave Lee, and he will choose the best contestant.
I will do. So here's my parting words to everyone.
Yes.
We all had to start somewhere, and all I'm saying to you is, I'm not talking about a speech from this world. What I'm saying is, I've learned what I've learned from many people. They've all helped me. I don't forget none of them. There's a time when your cup is empty and you're thirsty.
Yeah.
There's also a time when you have some water, and that's okay. You already have some ability, but we want to fill the cup up.
Yeah.
And as the great Bruce Lee said, be like water, my friend, and just flow with it. What I'm saying is, you're thirsty. What water are you going to drink? You're going to get the good water or the stale water. So whatever you're doing out there, one step at a time. You can't look at a staircase with 1,000 steps and say what's at the top. One step at a time will get you there. And I would love to see, before we get a chance to come to Bangladesh on MR9, that the people who are watching us today have got off their backside, start making excuses, whatever the circumstances are, start training, do something, because if I can do it, anyone can do it.
Absolutely.
Dreams are not cheap. They're expensive, but what a great reward when you achieve something you want to do. And just relating to that lady I was talking about, her achievements are continuous because she does not stop. Full-time job, you're taking care of family, you're taking care of this, you'll find 1 minute is better than no minutes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
1 minute is better than nothing. So if you're going to train punches for 1 minute, train kicks for a minute, you'll start to develop and grow.
Definitely.
I know you all loved the Slumdog Millionaire movie. I loved it too.
Yes,
and the
yes.
whole of the world was watching for one guy. But how many people wish they were that guy?
Yes.
It's a movie. It's made of real life stories. And I'm a big fan. I love watching that movie over and over again. But
Yes.
one guy got the shot and everybody supported him. So iron will always sharpen iron. Help each other, support each other, and do not let this pandemic drown you out in life. Life must go on. It must continue. Figure a way to get through where you're at and make something happen. Because with nothing, you've got something to start with. Even Dave, I don't know nothing. Well, pick your foot up and start moving it in that direction, and you'll have something. And any advice I can help anyone, please, I'm open to you guys, because I didn't get here on my own. Sacrifices were made, and I have to go back and say to them, people, thank you for supporting me. Thank you for helping me. And sometime everybody needs a little angel or a little crystal in their life, because my sacrifices were made, but now I get to do something back. And that's Batman out. Oh, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll see if I can give you the Batman look. Hang on.
All right.
Hang on. That's the Batman turn for Michael Keaton.
All right, Mr. Lee.
All right, guys.
Thank you for joining our show. It was a wonderful 1 hour and 3 minutes spending with you, and we had so many great conversations. Good luck to your future work and your classes, and keep on doing a great work and keep on inspiring people all over the world.
Batman out.
All right, so you can press the leave studio button, Dave, and I'll catch up with you later. And yeah.
All right, guys.
All right, Dave. Nice having you. All right, that's it for our show today. Thank you guys that are watching. We've learned a lot of great life lessons from Dave himself, talking about a lot of great things. You know, his childhood, growing up, learning martial arts, the struggle he went through. You know, he could have learned martial arts where he lived in Europe, but he decided to go all over the world, learn from the best, the roots of it. Where Kung Fu, Taekwondo, and etc., where he can learn the best of it and become where he is today. We learned his experience in Batman, working alongside with Michael Keaton, and also working with all the biggest and the best of the stars in Hollywood, like Sylvester Stallone, Tom Cruise, and Will Smith himself. And it's just really inspiring when you talk to a person like that, because stunt coordination is not an easy job. You know, it's a matter of sacrifice. You're actually putting your life on the risk. You're doing sequences that real actors don't do. Your life is at risk. You can get hurt. You can die sometimes. You know, there's a lot of things that go into it, and a lot of responsibility around sacrifice. So, learning from him, talking with him was a great experience. It was a very humbling experience for me to talk to the real Batman, pretty much, and his encouraging words at the end was definitely what topped it off our conversation, where he talked about, you know, if you want to earn something, you have to go get it. Yes, dreams are expensive, but you got to put each and every effort towards it. And let me add more to what he said. What I would say is, Add small goals. Add small goals, because you won't get what you want right away. You have to work your way to it slowly but surely, step by step by step. Set small goals along the line, and while setting those, achieve those, and then move on to the next and the next and the next. That's how you achieve the big picture, the big goal everyone has, whatever you guys want to do in your lifetime. So it was a great time talking with him. But my next show, I'm not. It's a very big surprise for you guys. It's a very big surprise. Um, I won't disclose any information here. You guys will get to see it on my page, but we have a very special guest coming in our next show. But till then, everyone, stay safe in America and Bangladesh. সবাই ভালো থাকো, সবাই সুস্থ থাকো. This is Sahil Akbar saying goodbye.